Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Mason Dupree. If you have been here, thank you for returning. These videos sort of serve as a way for me to document my journey as I build my own marketing agency, as well as working full time for another agency. And what I think, the reason I post these videos is because I finally feel that I'm at a point where I can share some information with you guys that I think is actually valuable and unique. Not something that I just I want to avoid, and I mentioned this before, regurgitating content from other influencers. I think that's not obviously the way to go about succeeding in what my goal is, which is to build a personal brand. And so, I'm trying to bring actionable, interesting and unique experiences and knowledge from my own personal experience building businesses to sort of help people along if I can. And I've mentioned this before, but this isn't the first time I've spoken to a camera. I've recorded these videos for myself, and I figured if they're worth my time recording them to then be able to look back on them, reflect on them, kind of get some personal growth and some skill development out of it, then why not, right? And like I said, this is not my first time ever even starting a YouTube channel. And I want to sort of shout myself out here. This is my 15th video, and I've consistently maintained posting a video every 2 days for the last month. That is the most videos I've ever produced in the shortest amount of time. The most consistent I've ever been with YouTube, and it's also been the most rewarding, and I think the most fulfilling in that I've gotten some pretty great comments from you guys already. And it's a small channel. I've got 40 subscribers, maybe. Actually, I think I'm under that. I think I'm 39. But I took that from the beginning in January from 14 to almost 40. And I know that's not massive growth, like that's not a huge number, but percentage gain wise, that's a big jump. And I think I'm hoping I can break 1,000 views across the channel in just the last 28 days. We'll see how this video does or how any other video might. YouTube's kind of weird the way it works. Sometimes videos will just pop off out of nowhere that you posted 5 days ago. But yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of fun so far sharing what I've got to share and the knowledge that I've got. And I think I'm getting up to the point where I've got to start sharing kind of my current knowledge. And like right now I'm working on email sales systems, and I'm about to launch kind of the next phase of my personal business this weekend. And then I'm also planning into this next month, February, and how I want to approach this content, because I'd really like to have a better idea of what I'm going to talk about before I sit down. Some days I do. I have I think about it that morning and I'm like, I really want to talk about this. And those videos are the easiest because I don't script them. I sit down and I share, and I think I feel like I sound the best when I'm passionate about what it is I'm trying to share with people. And that's usually when I think I have something valuable to share. I know I have more valuable things to share, and most of these videos can be a little less ranty. It's just I have to remember that idea. And so I think part of this weekend is going to be sitting down and really thinking about some content topics from my old books here, which I mentioned in another video, and really having them not so much planned out, not really rigid, if that makes sense, but at least a couple of ideas that I think are worthwhile, and getting here and sharing them. Like this video, what I really want to do is just sort of like display consistency. Like I was very excited about the fact that I've made it this far in a month, grown the YouTube channel pretty well, and have stayed consistent. And that's a pretty big win, I think, even for myself. I mean, you can only compare yourself to yourself because you're the only one with the same resources and starting point and all that stuff, right? So pretty excited about that growth, and I'm excited to kind of continue that. And so the planning is part of that. And if you're not familiar, if you haven't watched any of the other videos, kind of the goal is to build a personal brand. Now, I've said this before, I'm not trying to sell anything, but I do have an intentional idea behind where I want this brand to go, where I want to build this voice to. And then ideas for separate situations where, we can have those opportunities, if those are things you guys want. Like for example, being an agency owner, and this is not a plug, but it's just what I'm talking about. I use Go High Level a lot. And if you're already running your own agency, then you're probably using Go High Level as well. If you're not using Go High Level, I recommend you check it out. Again, have no referral code or anything like that at the moment, but I think, if you are an agency owner, it is probably one of the most convenient softwares that you can buy for the price and get so many things out of it. And I think a lot of people struggle on how to get the value out of it because they don't have a ton of experience with CRMs. They don't know how to put the pieces together. It can get a little bit technical, and like variables and stuff like that. So I think I have a lot of niche knowledge, having been using that software for about 1.5 years, both at my own agency as well as at the agency I work with now. And I think it's worth sharing that information on a separate channel. And then I've built some tools to help me that I think might be of interest to you guys that I could then, obviously sell it and help you guys save some time. Or just give them away. I'll decide that when I decide that. Depending on how valuable the tool is, I'd rather just give it away than charge you guys for it. But if it's something I've spent like 20 hours on and it's kind of my baby, then I'll probably at least charge like no more than $50 for it. But they're going to usually be tools that will kind of unlock, an opportunity for you guys, and can bring it to you like as I've unlocked it, because like I said, I'm kind of sharing my journey, and I'm trying to share what I learn as I learn it, and what I'm currently working on. And, I think to give that to give the largest amount of benefit to you guys, largest amount of value, I really need to deliver those learnings. Like last episode, I think was a great one. It has gotten, I think, 7 views or something like that. But I share in it literally how I've generated 45K for the agency I've worked with the cold email structure I've got. And it's not like that crazy fluff. I called it like no fluff. It's not like those other sales ones that are like instantly, videos where they're trying to pitch instantly the whole time. I'm literally just telling you what I used in terms of the email follow-up and the outreach, and how I've personalized the outreach. And I think that is an incredibly valuable thing that I've already got, in my mind for like that tool that helps me do that. I've already built out and could provide, you know what I'm saying? So super valuable videos. Not all of them are big swings, but this one was just more of like a snapshot as to where I am. Looking forward to bringing better content, with more value shared, more actionable tips shared in, the second month. I struggle with the idea of like getting on camera if I've got nothing that I think is like truly exciting to say. But not all videos that you're going to make are going to be home runs. And especially at this stage, it's not like I'm that great at making videos anyway. So what do I know about what a video would be, which video would be good or bad? And in fact, I've been proven wrong several times looking at the analytics for the past videos. Like I said, cold emails got 7 views. Other videos have 240 views. And, it's partially the algorithm, but I think also like, sometimes these videos are just going to sit and they're going to get wasted. I could shout it from the rooftop that I know how to make this money doing this, but no one could care. And that's fine. But the people who go and find it and go watch it and then implement it, I hope that they find incredible value in it, and that is at least the thing I've accomplished with this channel. If I've never taken it anywhere, if I never build the massive brand, or if I never, build massive businesses, at least I helped someone else along, sort of pass the torch in a way. But anyway, that is probably where I'm going to cut it off for this video. I'm ranting a little bit too long now. But yeah, stay consistent. Make it easy for you to stay consistent. Like the setup for these videos is probably 5 to 10 minutes. I got to turn on that light. I got to turn on this light. I got to plug the camera in. I got to, mic myself up as well. And that's not a whole lot of work, but that's the point. Like I don't put a whole lot of work in this so that I'm able to make the content, because at the end of the day, what matters most is making content. Not that it's edited and that it, cuts every 3 seconds and that it's meant to stimulate the dopamine in your brain so that you're hooked. I don't really care about that. And that takes, 3 times, 5 times the amount of time to put out a video, when what I'm saying is still valuable, regardless of how I've cut it, so I can keep your attention. If you can't focus, that's not my problem. But that sounds harsh, but like go watch a video that I've got on deep work. Like, figure out how to remove your dopamine so you can focus on a video for 10 minutes. And stop allowing, internet and social media to interrupt your life and take away that time from you. But yeah, anyway, that was kind of a downer note, I feel like, to close it out on. But, thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you have subscribed, I appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, please, please, please comment. I'd love to hear from you guys, love to interact with you guys. I reply to every comment. I'd love to answer any of your questions and maybe even turn them into videos. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will kind of catch you in the next one. Thanks.